Good morning. Welcome back to Blissful Monkey. Thanks for joining us either currently or in the future. We're excited to have you here today. So just let's get on our mat and let's let go of everything outside of ourselves and just tune inward. Enjoy. So we'll start in tabletop pose. Yep. So here in tabletop pose, don't worry necessarily about form or about alignment or a prescribed set of movement. Simply just begin to tune into sort of that inner guide, that inner compass we all have. Invite your breath to join you in your movement. A few more cycles of breath, moments here. And when it feels like time, you'll just begin to cross your ankles and arrive on your seat. And allow the senses, invite the senses to connect with your internal world. The world around you quiets, loses its focus. We'll practice alternate nostril breathing. The right hand will come off of the lap, the first two fingers at the third eye. With your thumb, block your right nostril, inhale left. With your ring finger, block left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block right, exhale left. Inhale left, block left, exhale right. Continue to move with the flow of your breath, ensuring that there's space in the neck and in both sides of your ribs to promote equal and balanced breathing. And following the next round of exhaling through the left nostril, the first two fingers remain at your third eye, but invite your inhale and exhale to happen through both nostrils simultaneously. One more cycle of breath. The hands meet at heart center. Set an intention for your practice. And trusting in that inner compass. Deep inhale and exhale. Your drishti remains inward as you transition to downward facing dog. Continue to feel your way through this pose as you settle in. And begin to find stillness. A deep breath in. Open mouth, let it go. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're moving through and from the hips. Your inhale brings you to plank. You can see that Terry's doing a nice rolling forward, using her core. She pulls back through her hips as she finds her downward facing dog. Head goes heavy. Continue to move the flow of your breath. Leverage your fingertips to support you in your movement. One more time like this. The next inhale will pass right through plank and come to our up dog. Scoop the chest up and through. The exhale, we lift high through the hips, we downward facing dog. So your inhale, you pass through plank to your upward facing dog. And on your exhale, you pass through plank as you find your downward facing dog. Continue to move the flow of your breath a few more times. We'll meet in our downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly walk the feet to the hands, forward fold. Soft knees. Interlace your fingers, make a basket, place them on the base of your skull. Just allow a little bit of that weight to help lengthen and release your vertebra. Release the hands to the floor. The right hand reaches to the outside edge of the left foot. As you inhale, left arm lifts for a twist. You're welcome to have both legs bent, just one knee bent. You can experiment with the sensation in this pose, twisting through the rib cage. Exhale, come back through center, twist over to the right. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, roll up to standing, sweep the arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers, spin the palms to the ceiling. Nice big back bend, lift the chest, and take a side bend. Your inhale brings you through center, and you side bend in the opposite direction. Low belly starts to continue to draw in and up. Inhale through center. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Rock the weight into the balls of your feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale, inflate through the belly, the hips. Shift shoulders. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Through the hips, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Keep your hips square. Exhale, settle in here. Your next inhale draws you to plank. Keep the right leg high. Keep the hips high. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, belly in and up. This time, inhale, plank, pass through, scoop the chest up and through, right toes drop, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Open your mouth, exhale. Inhale, left leg lifts. Your next inhale, shift shoulders, come through plank. Hips stay high, leg stays high. Exhale, shift back, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale through plank to your upward facing dog. One big breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Bend the knee, peel open the hip. As you exhale, right knee, left elbow. Fallen star, extend the right leg through. Inhale, left arm lifts. The right leg can hover or it can tap to the floor. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend the knee, peel open the hip. Exhale, cross the body. Fallen star on the inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. That leg can hover or not. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward, feet to hands, flat back. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, sweep up to stand. Let's go right back down. Exhale, forward folds. Take a twist to the left. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Knee to nose, shift forward. Step it forward, warrior one. Exhale, interlace fingers behind the low back. Grab elbow to elbow, wrist to wrist. Belly in, roll the shoulders open. Like you're rounding over a beach ball or getting punched in the stomach. Humble warrior on the exhale, belly in and up. Really round that spine, head gets heavy. Keep drawing your right hip crease back. Activate equally through both legs, support the pose. Notice where your drishti has traveled since the beginning of our practice. If it's gone much more outward, bring it back inward. Inhale, sweep up to stand, warrior one, release the fingers. Exhale, hands inside right foot, spin onto back toes. Inhale, left arm lifts for a twist. Exhale, left hand. Inhale, side plank. Supported, any variation you'd like. Exhale, chaturanga. We'll meet in our downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Knee to nose. Step forward, warrior one. Sweep up on your inhale. On your exhale, hands behind low back. Roll the shoulders, open the chest, belly in. Exhale, round the spine, head and shoulders get heavy. Keep that left hip crease working backwards. Inhale, sweep up, warrior one. Exhale, hands inside the left foot. Inhale, right arm lifts for a twist. Exhale, release right hand. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift right leg. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, baby chaturanga. Don't go so low because we're going to press back up. Inhale, press back up. Three-legged dog. Let's try that again. Inhale to plank, three-legged plank. Keep those hips high. Squeeze those elbows back, lower down, press back up, down dog. One more time for good measure. Beautiful. Build that arm strength. Release to downward facing dog. Shake it out. Those triceps, they're sneaky little buggers. We gotta build them up. Inhale, left leg lifts. The next inhale draws you through your plank. Exhale, just a little bend in the elbows will do, because as you inhale, you press back up. Try not to find a little bit of a wave through the spine as you do this. Inhale to plank. Exhale, keep the core stable and stiff. Inhale, press back up. Downward facing dog. Good job. One more time. Press back up. Downward facing dog. Release the left foot. Big breath in. And out. Inhale, look forward. Feet to hands, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toe the feet, outer hip distance. First two fingers, yoga toe lock. Wrap around the big toe. Bend the knees to start so that your belly and chest can connect with your thighs. The head goes heavy. Beautiful. Then maybe you begin to lift your hips towards the ceiling to lengthen the back of the legs. Right hand to hip. We haven't done a ton with our hamstrings yet, so as we stand up to Padangustasana, we'll take it gentle on that left leg. The arm is inside the left leg. Pause here. Find length through your center line. Belly in. Stand tall. Strengthen out through that right standing leg. And when you're ready, begin to extend your left leg, maybe just a tiny bit. You can always keep hugging the left knee with your left hand, or you can find the full expression of the pose. Now, start to tone through the tummy. Release the left toes and keep the leg nice and high. Point your foot. Flex. Point and flex. A couple ankle circles. Beautiful. One more breath in. We're going to step the left foot down, extend the right leg behind us for warrior three. So step on the left foot, yep, just to give that standing leg a break. Find warrior three, right leg back. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Breathe into those legs. Press the knees back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, yoga toe lock. Heel toe those feet a little wider. Left hand to the hip. When you're ready, come up to stand. Hand will be inside the right leg. Yep, that beautiful. Find that dristi. Find that focal point to help you in your balance. First, extend the left arm to the sky, tone through the tummy, and then maybe you begin to lengthen through the right leg. Begin to get light with your grip on those right toes. Release, keep that leg high, use your tummy, point and flex the foot. A few ankle circles. Stand on the right foot, extend the left leg behind you, warrior three. Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. We'll meet in our downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here in your down dog. Child's pose is always accessible and an option. We'll move a little faster just to continue to build a little heat. And then we'll start to create a little bit more opening in the body. So we'll take single breath sun salutation bees. So on our inhale, we step our right foot forward to find warrior one. Our long exhale take us all the way back to the floor for a chaturanga. Move at your own pace. Inhale brings us to up dog. Exhale brings us to down dog. Inhale, the left foot steps forward, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. And like Terry, you might take your three-legged option since we've been working on it since the beginning of class. Now you'll look forward. The feet will meet the hands, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. We'll pause here. Take 3 deep inhales and exhales. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Drop your tailbone. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, warrior one, right side. Exhale, hands to floor, chaturanga. If you're working the 3-pointed option here, you can always take a smaller bend in the elbow so that you can build that arm and tricep strength over time. We're still flowing with our breath. Inhale, look forward, feet to hands, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, last cycle, last sun salutation B. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, warrior one, right side. Exhale, chaturanga. As you might get a little tired, keep that precision in your movements, in your form. Also to protect those joints. Next side, step forward. Inhale to warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, feet to hands, flat back. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, chair pose. Hands to heart. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, twist to the right. Keep that left hip crease drawing back. Inner thighs squeeze together as you peel open through your chest. Light through the left foot as you step back, twisted high lunge. Beautiful, landing lightly, quiet as a mouse. Any variation here. Terry's showing a half bind to a full bind. That left hip still stays buoyant, even in this twist. Both legs are contributing to the support of this pose. We're going to find revolved half moon. If you're bound or half bound, you might stay there. Otherwise, we're going to take the left hand in front of the right foot, forming a rectangle between the left arm, the chest and belly, the right leg and the floor. Terry's showing an optional quad stretch. Right hand reaches for left foot. And the hips are square, but we're twisting our chest open to the right. And if you have that quad stretch, not only are you pulling the heel towards the bum, but you're kicking it away, a little equal and opposite. One more big breath in. Now we're going to find standard half moon. Right hand to the floor. Inhale, left arm lifts. Almost there. Again, that quad stretch is accessible. Sometimes you have to bend through your right knee to be able to help your left hand find that left foot. And then once you find that connection, you can extend back through your standing leg. And we'll release Utkatasana. Woohoo! Big breath in. Big breath out. Hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, twist to the left. That right hip stays activating backwards. We want to twist from our core, from our ribs. The hips are square and stable. We'll begin to get light through that right foot so that we can step back to twisted high lunge. Again, Terry's using her core, using her bandhas to help that lightness in her step back. Any variation here. Now, even though we're in standing poses and that dristi, outward facing, is really important, we'll transition to our revolved half moon, right hand down, left hand up. There still is that fine-tuned balance between our external dristi, so that we can find that physical point of focus to help us in our movement, but also that internal focus, that internal awareness. Because what better place to continue self-discovery than on the yoga mat, when all we have is our breath and our body and our mind. We'll transition to standard half moon. The left hand goes down, the right hand reaches up. One more breath in. And Utkatasana, last Utkatasana of this series. Plot your course. You have a few moments of your own. We'll meet in our down dog. Anything can happen between now and then. Maybe a crow, maybe a child's pose. Maybe you simply just stand on your mat in mountain pose. Maybe you hold your chaturanga the whole time. On the screen, we have a little forearm balance going on. Again, that internal dristi, right? You're most likely at home, which is a whole other set of distractions than when you're at the studio in class. And so how do you balance what's going on around you with greater awareness of within you? A few more breaths here, wherever you are. And when we arrive in our downward facing dog, if you're not already there, we'll all take 5 inhales and exhales, lowering our heart rate, slowing down the cadence of our breath. Child's pose, this is accomplishable as well. We've been on the hands a lot today already. And now we get to all drop to our knees, tabletop pose. You might like to open the wrists by spinning the fingers back towards the knees or to the outside edges of your mat, maybe turning the tops of your hands down, maybe a combination. You might like some cat and cow, some barrel rolls. But just begin to reconnect with the earth. Take the opportunity to open the wrists. We're on the floor, so it might feel nice to close the eyes or to soften our gaze, just as we began our practice. And then we'll begin to prepare for Anahatasana, heart-melting pose. So let's create a strong foundation. The knees are at least outer hip distance width. Keeping the hips stacked over the knees, our low belly continues to remain engaged. we start to squeeze the space between our shoulder blades as we walk our hands forward. The heart melts to the floor. First, we're just working to connect our forehead to the floor. Beautiful. Terry will demonstrate. Then we start to work to connect our chest to the floor. If the chest can bear weight, then you might tent up onto your chin and or your fingertips. So Terry, you could actually scoot your hips back a little bit if you wanted to. How about a little more? Okay, looking good. Support your low back with your tummy. And with each exhale, feel the space in your mid-back at your spine just continuing to melt, to soften. Your sternum, that chest bone, continues to get heavier into the earth. About 3 or so more cycles of breath here. And then you'll very slowly, using your core, slide onto your tummy. Stack the hands, rest the forehead on the back of the hands for a little crocodile pose, and then gently sway your hips side to side. If you'd like a little windshield wipering action of the legs, just make sure it's on a slow setting, an intermittent setting. Big breath in, big breath out. You'll just begin to roll onto your back. Once arriving there, you take a nice full body stretch. Begin to hug the knees into the chest. Curl into a tight little ball. And then we'll begin to rock and roll a little bit. First, we'll start a little side to side, just to massage the low back. Then we'll start a rock and rolling forward and backwards, seeing if we can find our Navasana, boat pose. In Navasana, the chest is lifting, the spine is long. You might find an extended leg variation. Wherever you are, try to inhale your arms up overhead. Squeeze your arms to your ears. Beautiful, beautiful. See how that changes the nature of the pose. As you exhale, twist to the left. The arms will open, right arm forward, left arm back. Your inhale will bring you through center. Exhale, twist in the opposite direction. Take that 2 more times on each side. Good work. Hands to heart. Release the heels to the floor. Place the hands on the floor, fingers facing the bum. Reverse tabletop. Lift the hips nice and high. Draw your tailbone towards your heels. Your head might go heavy or not. As you exhale, scoop your butt back through your hands. Inhale, reverse tabletop. Exhale, scoop the butt back. It might stay floating, it might hit the floor, that's okay. Inhale, reverse tabletop. One more time, scoop the butt back, whee, and up, reverse tabletop. You might stay here or you might begin to extend the legs for a reverse plank. Just an option. And very slowly lower the butt to the ground. Give yourself a hug, shake out the legs, whatever you'd like. And we'll just find a gentle forward fold of choice. That might be the legs together and straight. It might be soles of the feet together, knees wide. Any forward fold of choice. And you'll very slowly roll onto your back for another full body stretch. Big breath in. Big breath out. Roll onto your left side. Make a pillow for your head with your left hand. And begin to step your right foot forward. Take the ankle, if you can, to open up the hips. Flex the left leg. As you inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Move with the flow of your breath. Just in the spirit of summer, we're going to work and tone those inner thighs just a little bit. One more lift and release with your breath. Then you're going to lift and hold. And you're just going to take gentle little pulses of the leg, up and up. Beautiful. Breathe into your right butt just to let that glute release a little bit. Little figure 4 variation. 8 more pulses. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll onto your back. The right knee will still stay crossed over the body for knee down twist. Again, bring your awareness back to your drishti. We're becoming more earthbound in our practice. And so there's greater leverage to have drishti truly go inward. We'll come through center and take a full body stretch. Let's roll onto our right side. Begin to step that left foot in front of the hips. See if you can hold on to your left ankle with your left hand. Flex your right foot. On the inhale, lift your right leg, squeeze your inner thigh. Exhale, slowly lower the leg. Move with the flow of your breath. And then we'll hover and lift that leg as high as we can and pulse it up. Small little movements. Squeeze, squeeze. 8, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rolling onto our back, a knee down twist with the left leg crossing the body. However you'd like to get there, we'll roll our way onto our tummy. Extend the arms up overhead, maybe in goalpost arms, and we'll take a little superwoman or superman lift. So as we inhale, we lift the head, the chest, the arms, the legs, squeeze our whole back body, and as we exhale, we lower to the earth. Keep the back of the neck long. Inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, lower down. Keep going with the flow of your breath. And then this next lift will hold. This is where you might stay. If you know bow pose and it's an easy transition, that's where you might go. The knees draw towards each other. In bow pose, there will be some natural rocking as you breathe. So really invite that breath to go in and out. If you're still holding in our super pose, stay with it. If you're in bow, come back through the super pose, and then we'll all release. Stack the palms, sway the hips side to side. Our last option here is for a quad stretch. So Terry will just demonstrate. You would reach back, same hand, same foot. Keep both hip points on the floor. You might come up onto your forearms. The shoulders will square back up as you start to find a quad stretch. Try to keep that right knee activated towards the center line. So that might be a quad stretch variation. Otherwise, you're welcome to take any back bending variation you'd like. So that might be another bow, that might be an up dog, that might be a cobra or a sphinx. Terry's showing a deeper variation of the quad stretch option, coming up onto opposite hand. So that gets the back bend as well as the quad stretch. If you're taking the quad stretch, switch sides. If you're in your back bend, see if you can keep breathing. We'll all begin to find the earth. Big breath in. And And out. Again, we'll roll onto our back. This is where we'll remain for the rest of our practice. When you find your back body, find another full body stretch. Maybe a little side bending action or banana action, creating a gentle curvature to one side through the arms and legs. On behalf of Terry, myself, and Blissful Monkey, thanks for tuning into class. We hope you're all doing well. And then we'll begin to come through center and squeeze the knees into the chest. You might take a happy baby. You might take a plow pose. Paschimottanasana on your back. That gives a nice leg release, wide legs. Yeah, Terry's demonstrating sort of a Paschimottanasana variation on her back. She might rock and roll a tiny bit, and she might find that sweet spot in her mid-back, a little bit of an unfolding of the vertebrae. That could easily transition to a plow pose. You could go to a happy baby. So many good options here. That drishti is continuing to go inward. Taking these last few moments as your own. That's a beautiful transition. And we have done some heart opening in class today, so just notice if there's any sort of feelings of vulnerability. Maybe there's a little bit of an increasing anxiety, but we lock so much into our heart center, into our hips, that as through our practice, as we begin to open those energetic centers, there might be sort of some side effects as we slough off some of the stuff we've been holding on to. So just take a moment, notice that for yourself. Notice where you are physically, mentally, emotionally, even spiritually. And fully embrace and accept and acknowledge where you are in this moment. It's certainly temporary, as a new season of life will come in with each day, with each climactic season. And whatever you'd like to have for your Shavasana today, it really just needs to be a supported point of rest for yourself. I encourage you to find that now. And you're welcome to nourish and nurture in this way as long as you'd like, until it feels like it's time to merge this beautiful internal world you've cultivated for yourself with the world around you. And some days you might be itching to get back to life, so to speak. Some days you might be craving to just remain inward. And so honoring that wherever you are today. With your mind's eye, your wisdom center, see the inner light within you. Acknowledge its warmth, its nourishment, its fierce side, its compassionate side, and all of the things that encompass who you are, who you've been, and who you may want to be. Invite your internal light to burn just a little brighter, a little bit more fully, balanced, adaptable, resilient. Big breath in and out. You're welcome to remain in your Shavasana, or you're welcome to follow along and roll on to your side for fetal pose. Inviting your intention back into your being as you find this intermediary space between the internal world and the preparation to return to the external world. Another big breath in and out. Slowly, intentionally, you find your way to your seat, hands at heart center. Your light is always with you, around you, your constant guide and companion. It has so many different names: intuition, divine seed, wisdom. Hands to the third eye. In gratitude, namaste.